Hello there guys, and welcome to video number 82. This one is on conversion graphs, and the key word here is conversion. So when you're converting something or doing a conversion, you're working out how much of one thing that you get for another thing. So that it's converting units, alright? And those units can be anything. It could be metric and metric, it could be metric to imperial. I'll talk about what those are in a minute. So the method says to use a graph to do a conversion, you need to draw a line on the graph. It could be that you have to draw your own conversion graph as well, but you draw a line on the graph from the appropriate point on the X or the Y axis, depending upon which one you need to go from, and you draw a line that hits the line that's already on the graph, or if you've had to draw it yourself, the one you've drawn yourself. The second part says draw a line across or down depending on the axis you need to get to find what the conversion is. Alright, between the units. So in this first question, what we've got is a question that says we need to convert or use the graph to convert 12 pounds into kilograms. So what you do on the graph is you go from 12 and you go across until you hit the, what's it called? The line. I'm just getting confused there because I didn't draw that with a line. There we go. So there's my line, drawn that from 12, and then I'm going to go down. And that was 12 pounds. So I'm going to go down to kilograms. So I think that that's in between 5 and 6. So I think it's 5.5 kilograms. Okay. So I would put my answer there as 5.5 kgs. Okay. Okay. I always say okay. B. Use the graph to convert 1 kilogram to the nearest whole pound. I should say nearest whole pound. Use the graph, 1 kilogram. So 1 kilogram is there. Alright. Now if you happen to know what this is exactly, you'll know it's 2.2 roughly, approximately 2.2 pounds. Alright. So we're just above 2. So we'll say that our answer there is 2 pounds. 2 LB. LB stands for pounds. Now this is a metric unit, okay, measured in powers of 10, and pounds is our imperial style unit, so old style of measurements, but we still use them in the UK. I don't really know why we're so stuck in our ways, but we are a little bit. We still use miles and miles per hour, and that's how we understand things, and they're imperial units of measurement, right? So we like to keep things old school, I think, and that's why we still use these imperial measurements. But yeah, kilograms it's just a bit easier to convert between metric units, and that's why we kind of tried to change to using them. Anyway, let's see if I can zoom out on this one and then zoom in to question 2. So this question is about another imperial to metric conversion, miles to kilometers. All right. There's about 5 miles in a kilometer. So if you were going to run 8 kilometers. If you were going to run 5 miles, you'd be running 8 kilometers. So you'd say, I'm going for an 8k run. All right. That sounds better than going for a 5-mile run, doesn't it? But it's exactly the same distance-ish. So draw a graph to show this information. Use the graph to convert 1 mile into kilometers, and that's to 1 decimal place. So what we do is it's a very, very difficult graph to look at here. There's a lot of tiny little squares, but we'll do our best, right? So we're going to go 5, 8. We're going to plot that point at 5, 8, which is about there. Okay. And you would put that little X there, right? Now, if you've got 0 miles, that's obviously going to be 0 kilometers. So we've got 2 points, which we can just join together. All right. Now I'm going to join those 2 points together. I said all you need is 2 points to draw a line, and then you just draw it all the way through like that. Boom. Lovely. As long as you get your ruler and your pencil, all right, and that will draw your lovely straight line. All right. So there we go. We've drawn the graph on there. I said you might have to do that sometimes. And then we've got to convert. So if I convert, let's see if we can get a different color here. Let's get the green. So use the graph to convert 1 mile to kilometers, and that's to 1 decimal place. So 1 mile, go up from that and go across. So we've hit our red line. Okay, and then we go across. I think that is 1 point. Well, we have to look at the scale there. Okay, so one of these whole squares is 2. One of these big squares is worth 2 units. Okay, so that's going to be halfway is 1. Okay, so I think we're 1.6 roughly. All right, 1.6, and I know that conversion anyway. I know there's 1.6 kilometers in a mile. You might already know that as well, but I'd say that's going to be tough to see on here. But in the paper you'll get it'll be much clearer. And here's our method of doing it. You go across, go onto the graph, draw a line up, hit the line that you've got, and then go across. So I was going to say that's 1.6. That's still in line mode. 1.6 kilometers. Okay, and that's what I said to 1 decimal place. Right, let's zoom out of that, and then get rid of everything because I need to move myself over. There we go, moved over, and hopefully you'll be able to see all of what's in question 3 now. If I zoom in on this one, and I know you couldn't in the last one. Let me see what I've got to do here. There we go. Still getting used to this. So I've moved the answer space up because in the last video you couldn't see me write the word isosceles, right? I still said it and I'm still keeping that video there. I'm not going to do it again, right? But Alan weighs 85 kilograms. Use the graph to work out how much Alan weighs in pounds. Okay, from what we've learned, that should be easy. Okay, so 85 kilograms. Oh, the problem is there is no 85 on the kilograms on the x-axis here. So what we have to do is we have to think about, we have to be a bit savvy, a bit clever, all right? Now let's go across to 5. Okay, we did this one earlier. All right. Oh, I'm still in line. Not in what's it called? Not in line mode. Freehand mode. So let's go up to 5. Okay, hit the line, go across, and say that is approximately it's just under 11, isn't it? All right, but let's just say it's 11. All right. Let me just try that again because I want it to look like it is 11 because I don't want to faff around with decimals doing this. Alright, so I've hit my line and I've gone across, right? So as long as you're using your conversion that you've got here in your graph, right? Let's use that. There we go. So we're saying that is exactly 11 pounds. Alright. Now, how many 5s are in 85? Right, that's what you've got to work out. So 85 divided by 5 goes into 8 once, 1 left over, goes into 15. It doesn't go into, what am I talking about? There's 3 left over because we only went in, there we go, 3 left over, 35, so that's 17 times. All right, I just did the bus stop in my head terribly. But I did it, I got there in the end. So 5 kilograms is 11 pounds. Let me write this down. 5 kg equals or is approximately equal to 11 pounds. Okay, so what we need to do is times that by 17 to get 85, and we times that number by 17 to get the number of pounds it is, and that's why this question is a little bit more difficult, because we've got to times 11 by 17. Now the quick thing that you can do is a nice little trick here to multiply a 2-digit number by 11. Sorry, I was distracted by the thing that just popped up then. Right? To multiply any 2-digit number by 11, you can split the digits of the number. Okay, so that's 1 and 7. By split them, I mean just write them apart and then add those 2 digits. So there you go. You've actually done that multiplication by 11 really quickly. Okay, ignore that 5 that I started drawing there. And that is how many pounds Alan weighs. All right, which is about what I weigh. And my name's not Alan. Anyway, so thank you so much for watching this one. Let me see if this one will let me zoom out. Oh, it's let me zoom out this time. Lovely. Hopefully you can see all of the answers that I've put on there. I know these ones disappeared, but that's just a necessity. So I'll continue to try and get better at using this technology. Hopefully you're enjoying watching it and it's not causing you too much pain and thinking I'm an idiot. Thank you so much for all the comments and subscriptions and likes and everything so far. Hope you find it useful. Take care and watch another one. Cheers.